Have a little faith, baby. Have a little faith.
Hello folks, it's the Anonymous Patriot back with another World of Tanks video for you. In this video I address something that every single player in World of Tanks knows about, and many talk about, but few do anything to address, and that is the one flank fail Lemming train. How many times have you been on a team and they all rush to one flank, leaving the other flank either completely open or so lightly defended that it doesn't take much for a couple of the enemy team to break through and capture your base right out from under you? It happens a lot more than you might think, and it doesn't matter what tier battle it happens to be. You would think at some point the Lugans would get it through their heads, realize that they are letting a couple of tanks hold up the whole attack, and I don't know, maybe look at their map. At what point do they realize they just got outflanked and they are about to lose the match? That usually happens when they're 3/4 of the way across the map and the capture siren goes off on their base. Sometimes they turn around to go deal with it. Most times they don't, posting for someone to defend the base and battle chat. They don't realize that the people who were defending the base all got destroyed, and they have the audacity to call their own team idiots, when in fact their own idiotic behavior is what landed them in that position in the first place. This battle takes place on the cliff map. This is one of those maps where if the Lemming train goes into full fail mode, you can quickly lose your base if you don't protect all of the flanks. Now, most of the battles I have been on in this map, the standard tactic is that the heavy tanks go here in the area marked in red to play peekaboo with each other until one side or the other loses enough tanks that they can just bum rush the other side. The area marked in green is usually where mediums and lights and sometimes tanks destroyers go to fight it out, though with their speed you are likely to see mediums just about anywhere on this map. At one point, 1 or 2 light tanks are always sure to climb the hill to the lighthouse to spot enemy vehicles from that high vantage point. Tank destroyers normally go camp on the road marked here in blue to guard against a thrust along this most direct route to either base. Artillery usually end up in the spots marked in yellow or in close proximity to them, as many of these positions give pretty good range of fire across the whole map. Taking a look at the team matchups, you will see that this is a tier 6 battle, and I am driving my tier 5 premium heavy tank, the Chruchill 3. If you watched my previous video on the Chruchill 3, oh my brother, testify, you will have learned about the awesome rate of fire of the Chruchill. We have the enemy heavy tanks outnumbered by one tier 5 heavy tank, and our team has a lot of Chruchills. We are even on medium tanks, even though ours are all tier 5, while one of theirs is the tier 6 M4A3 E2. As for tank destroyers, their team has 2 to our 1. However, our 1 is the SU-100Y with a massive derp 130mm cannon, which if you did the login missions you will have in your garage. I will have mine too and be featuring it in upcoming videos. Each team has one light tank and both teams have a tier 5 and a tier 6 artillery. We certainly have the odds stacked in our favor when it comes to platoons, however, as both of our platoons are heavy tanks. Let's roll out and see what happens. Okay, here I am in my trusty Chruchill 3 on the cliff map, and everybody's getting started off and going looking for which way they're gonna go. And I'm looking around and I'm looking at the mini-map and I see this Lemming rush start to happen. going towards around the lighthouse. So I figure, well, maybe I better head off down the road, because as you can see, there's not too many people headed for the road. I stop right here and wait, and I'm like posting on the battle chat, you know, attention here. Now I got an M4 coming up there with me, and from the looks of the mini-map, I got a tank destroyer down at the end, and I got one other heavy tank following me. So I hug up next to the cliff. Oop, I hit a tree. Reaper would be mad if I hit trees, houses, stuff like that, because artillery knows where you're at if they're watching. Well, from looking at the mini-map right now, you can tell that there's a lot of the enemy that's going up around the lighthouse as well. So they're leaving the whole one flank open, or lightly defended. Probably a good thing I came down this way. I'd take a look around to see what I got here. I got the SU-100Y, I got a KV-1S. Oh look, there's a T-14 down in front of me. I haven't been spotted yet, because I do have 6th sense on this tank, so oh, the T-14's going up the hill. I got a medium tank up above me. Of course, everybody's talking in battle chat. You know, I wish they'd just take that stuff to general chat and leave it out of the battle. You know, if you're gonna chat, oh look, there's a Stug. No, it's an Su-85. I'm pumping rounds into him. Oh, he ain't liking that. Oh, that one bounced. That one went in. Yeah, he's down to 36 health. He decided he was gonna back up. He either didn't see me or decided maybe he didn't want to try to mess with me. I back up so just in case I got spotted, which I didn't. So, oh look, there's an M4. Hello, Mr. Oh, that must have been the SU-100Y. Ooh, I've been spotted. Time to back up, because artillery will be lobbing around in shortly, probably. Oh look, I got away with it. Artillery's shooting behind me. Must be shooting at the KV-1S. Knock a tree over, that's never good, but it provides more cover for the foliage. The KV-1S is getting real aggressive, pushing up on the right hand side there. So's the M4. Got them ahead of me, so I decided to follow them. There's that Su-85. I put another round into him, but I don't get him. The KV-1S gets him. Oh look, there's the Bishop. And artillery. Yay! Rolling up through here. I'm trying to see if I can get a shot at him, but it looks like he's actually behind the rock. Somebody laid a shot in on the Bishop. Now this is the one flank fail right here. But pause. Okay, this is the way it works out. If you look over on the right hand side, in the bottom right hand corner, you see the mini-map. You see what's showing on the mini-map is that there's 4 heavy tanks left on our team. The score is 7-7. Now, they have 2 heavy tanks that's been spotted and the Bishop that's been spotted. You can see our SU-100Y is bringing up the rear, and with me is the KV-1S and the M4. Now there's a couple of tanks there that's unaccounted for. Actually quite a few. There's 3 heavy tanks and a medium tank that are unaccounted for. My Chruchill 3, the KV-1S, another Chruchill 7, and it looks like it might be the KV-85 are up in the middle, and they're fighting whatever's spotted there. I didn't have XVM installed at this time, so I couldn't tell who's spotted or not. All of our guys, except me and the KV-1S and the M4 and the SU-100Y, All of our guys went up to go around that lighthouse. They're now all dead. Most of the enemy heavy team is still alive. That is a one flank fail. When everybody rushes to one flank to fight it out and leaves a flank open, this is what happens. This time I wasn't on the receiving end of the one flank fail, thank God. Now let's start up the video again. I'm moving forward. I just got a hold of the bishop right there. I got him with one. This is going to be a kill shot right here. Bye-bye, bishop. Only kill I got. The only kill I got was on the artillery, which is fine. And there's another artillery. There he is. An M44. Yeah, the M4 stole my other artillery kill. That's okay. He gets onto the base capture, and I decide, well, maybe I better get on there myself. Oh, I got the T1 Heavy survived, and the KV-1S is with me. I'm at full health as I roll onto the enemy base. And they're, oh, they just cost us the game, blah, blah, blah. I start laying shots, and I'm hitting the Churchill, but not penetrating the armor. Now I'm firing APCR rounds, so I'm basically going to penetrate anything I shoot at most of the time. Still not. Oh, I took a round there, and they damaged my gun. And they're trying to stop the cap, and the ARL-44 is coming around. Of course, the Churchill's giving us advice. The base is captured. Pause right there. The one flank fail happened. All these guys went rushing around, and on the minimap you can see our SU-100Y. He for some reason he went up the hill and he was going up the middle. He should have just came around and guarded down here at G2 at the edge of the hill, but I'm not sure what was going through his head. After they killed the rest of our team, which was trying to do a one flank Lemming train fail like the other team did, because this is a Lemming train fail 100%. As you can see, the base is cat. We've won. Scores 10-9. We've won. We have all the cap points necessary. They didn't kill the three of us on cap, which was Smoky Dog and a Curdle, a turtle, a curdle, something. The KV-1S anyway. They all had to turn around and come rushing back to base to try to reset cap, but there was three of us on it. By the time they got back there, didn't work out for them. We end up capturing the enemy base and win. So their one flank Lemming train fail was of such epic proportions that it cost them the match. And sure, I got one kill out of this, but that wasn't the point. The point wasn't how many kills. The point of this video is to show that the one flank fail, unless you cover both flanks, 99% of the time this is what happens. Enemies will go to the flank that you don't cover. One or two or three enemies will go to the flank that you don't cover, and while you're so worried about all those other tanks up ahead of you that are running around giving you lots of targets to shoot at, your base gets captured. And when that siren goes off, every single time when that siren goes off, everybody starts hitting the hotkey. Defend the base, defend the base, defend the base, and everybody goes rushing back. Now, if all of your enemy team's dead, this is what happens. You get a whole rush of enemies coming at you. But if your team isn't dead and they all start rushing back to their base to reset, they're basically giving their ass to your team. Whether or not your team actually takes advantage of it and chases them and shoots them in the ass is a different story. But during this battle I didn't have any rest of the team. There was only the 4 of us left. 5 of us with 6 of us, I'm sorry, the 2 artilleries. Sorry, Artie, I didn't mean to forget you. If your team's dead like that, and it was pretty much all we could do was cap, because there was only us 2 heavies left, the SU-100Y and the M4 and the artilleries. But they had 4 heavies and a medium left, which, you know, the KV-1S wouldn't have lasted very long. At this point right now, I'm down to 131 hit points. I wouldn't have lasted very long. But we had the cap points, and it was a win. And that's the end of it right there. Well, there you have it. Another one flank fail Lemming train bites the dust. I can imagine that battle chat was going off on their end with cries of indignation about the obvious stupidity of their team, when the fact of the matter is that the only truly stupid ones are the Lemmings, who all turned at once to defend their base, and not one of them continued on to our base to capture it. I don't think it would have done them much good, honestly, because we had that monster SU-100Y lurking back there and both of our artillery. The true fail on their part was their inability to reset the cap completely. Sometimes you just can't fix stupid. As you can see, I didn't get any special medals like a high caliber medal, but that wasn't the point of this video. It was to demonstrate that the one flank Lemming train will utterly go into complete fail mode 99% of the time. I got 27,904 credits and 1,702 experience off of this battle, only managing to kill one enemy vehicle, that being the Bishop artillery. I got the Mastery Badge 2nd class, which I thought I should have gotten the 1st class badge for successfully using my head and not following the Lemming train around the hill. I got the Fire for Effect ribbon for exceeding the hit points of my tank by damage inflicted. I got the Hand of God medal for surviving the battle after being hit by 4 different enemy vehicles. Looking at the team scores, you see I was second on my team in damage, topping even EGX in his Chi-Nu-Kai Japanese medium tank, who unfortunately did not survive the battle. The high caliber medal went to the leader of the Lemming train, Wolf Raiden, in his AR-L-44 on the enemy team, inflicting 2,639 damage and getting 1 kill. The rest of the enemy team didn't do much to speak of, and we won't even discuss the KV-1S and T-14, who clearly rushed forward, died quick, and most likely cried like bitches in battle chat.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Their SU-85 didn't do shit either, simply because he was too busy hiding from me as I was pumping APCR rounds into him every 2 seconds.
Run away! Run away!
Only their M44 artillery did okay for himself, with 1 kill and 825 in damage. Taking a look at the detailed report, I fired 27 shots, 18 of which hit, but only 13 penetrated. I did 989 damage, 384 of which was from a distance greater than 300 meters, though I'm not quite sure at which point that was, because it doesn't seem like the cliff map is really all that greatly big. I took 6 hits, 2 of them being blocked by armor, for a score of 115 damage blocked. After the modest repair cost of my premium Churchill 3 tank, I ended up with 25,457 credits. And after the ×2 first victory of the day and the premium vehicle bonus, I ended up with 2,042 experience for this battle. This match took place at 9:43 p.m. on April 22nd, 2015 on the North American East server. Well, this has been the Anonymous Patriot with another installment in my World of Tanks playlist. Remember, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and a share, as it really helps out the channel. Until next time, folks, stay hull down and keep your ammo rack wet.